So, Jamie, can you tell me how, as the MythBusters armorer, you store our guns and ammunition?
Why? We keep them properly locked up in a gun cabinet in a safe place.
Excellent answer. Now, I want you to posit a story with me. A husband and wife are going on a summer vacation. They have some guns, they have a little bit of ammo, and they want to store them in a place that no one would find them and steal them. But they don't have a proper locking gun cabinet. So the husband comes up with a plan he thinks is ingenious, someplace no one would ever look for guns or ammunition. His oven.
I'm not sure what, but something tells me there might be a problem with that.
Your intuition is correct, because they come back from summer vacation, and I guess famished by the long drive, the wife goes to make a roast, preheats the oven, and...
metal popcorn.
Exactly. They have a very healthy diet that evening of lead.
Incredibly, it's true. We have several reports of careless gun owners using their kitchen oven to store their munitions. But the fan site is clamoring for answers. Would the bullets even explode at standard oven temperatures? And if they did, would they escape the oven with lethal consequences?
What's the plan?
Well, astonishingly, we have more than a few reports of this actually happening, of people storing not only live ammunition, but also loaded guns in their ovens and accidentally turning them on. And I think we should test both scenarios.
Okay, well, let's get an oven and get to work.
Absolutely. I think we should start with the control, though. We do want to know how bulletproof an oven actually is. So I think we ought to head off to the shooting range with several different kinds of ammo and see what kind of damage we can do.
So the plan is to pick up some spare parts and head on down to the gun range, where Adam and Jamie will begin the investigation by testing the bulletproof qualities of oven doors.
All right, so we've come to the South San Francisco Police Department because they've got a shooting range that we've been filming in, well, ever since ice bullets. We've also done finger in a barrel, shooting down a barrel, bullets fired up, and bullet in teeth. Today, we're going to be shooting at a bunch of oven doors. Now, this is a control for our ammo in the oven test to see exactly how bulletproof an oven door is, and if it's not, how lethal is the bullet after it gets through.
With the help of supervising adult John Stankovitz, Adam and Jamie intend to fire a variety of weapons at the steel and glass of the oven doors.
Here comes another Grant.
Look at that.
And to find out if a door-piercing shot is lethal, Grant is going to play the part of the curious, careless chef. Jamie steps up for the first test, and he's using the smallest weapon at his disposal.
Firing.
But even the .22 caliber pistol easily penetrates the double layer of toughened glass and Grant's head.
It's about 3 inches of penetration going through both panes of glass.
Well, I'd call that a kill shot.
Yeah, pretty much without a doubt.
And it's conclusive evidence that any loaded weapon will make it through the glass and cause a lethal injury. But what about the steel? Grant and his ballistic bust breathe a sigh of relief because the round failed to make it through.
Yeah, I'd say you're reasonably protected by your oven from a .22 shell. I think it's time to try the .44.
Dirty Adam and his Magnum are next. But this time, the metal door frame is no protection. The .44 caliber round gives Grant a lethal headache, and Adam and Jamie have their worst-case scenario baseline.
Grant wants to know what's next.
That would be the shotgun.
Now, none of the reports our researchers uncovered mentioned a loaded shotgun. But if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing.
All right, Jamie, here's your motivation. This oven door is run off with your wife. And you decided to gear up and get even. So go for it.
Oh!
I guess the moral is, don't elope with Mrs. Heineman.
I think that's enough.
Okay, playtime's over. Let's get the results.
It's clear the oven door is no barrier to most firearms that you would idiotically store in your oven.
Yeah.
And that there might actually be something to this myth.
Yeah, only the smallest caliber, and even that's not safe, especially if it hits glass.
It may seem that the testing we've done today here is a little gratuitous. I want to make it clear that we're just trying to get a really good control. We want to know what these bullets do to the oven doors, both the glass and the metal, in the worst case scenario. And they all seem to be similar amounts of pretty darn lethal. But that gives us a perfect baseline with which to continue the testing. And the next thing we do is we start baking some bullets, getting some lethal popcorn.
Adam and Jamie are testing the myth that a kitchen stove used to store ammunition is not just a really bad idea,
I think that's enough.
but lethal. The guys are basing their investigation on an incident that supposedly left a husband and wife diving for cover, and their kitchen riddled with bullet holes.
So, what formerly was just an oven from the thrift store now is a full experimental platform. We've painted it white so that our high-speed camera can see clearly what's going on. We put tempered glass over here, several sheets to protect the camera. We put the bullet down there, we pipe in some gas, we get this thing hotter than HE double hockey sticks, and we watch some science happen.
But with baked bullets and grilled guns on the menu, they'll be watching the science from outside the bunker.
There's 3 questions we're going to answer with this test. One is, will the bullets really go off in the oven? I think the answer's going to be yes. Number 2, will they get out of that oven? And number 3, if they get out of that oven, how lethal are they? In our control tests in the shooting range, we have done a little bit of calibration of some ballistics material that is soundboard and plywood. We know what it means to be a lethal hit in this arrangement. So, any bullet that gets out of this oven through this door is going to be hitting this real bullet-swallowing backstop.
While Adam rigs a remote temperature probe, Jamie tweaks the oven for high-speed heating.
Looks good. Hot bullets.
The first test is a .22 caliber shell, which is placed on the rack with the bullet facing the door before the heat is cranked up.
That's perfect. Hold it there.
And with the cameras rolling, it's all systems go.
260. My oven never heats up this fast.
And while we wait for the .22 caliber casserole to cook, let's do some learning.
Let's talk a bit about how bullets actually work. They're in 4 parts. You've got the primer on the end, you have the case, you have the propellant inside, that's the gunpowder, and then you have the bullet itself on the end. Now, how this all works is that when you have this in a gun, there's a spring-loaded hammer that fires a pin into that primer, sets that off, and that ignites the powder. Now, at that point, the bullet is pushed out of the case and it starts to go down the barrel. That's how it works.
Meanwhile, back in the bunker, things are heating up. And at just over the 500 Fahrenheit mark, dinner's ready.
There you go.
But what happened?
Smells like science.
Bunker cam shows the glass of the oven door remained intact. And when the smoke clears, Adam and Jamie go into MSI mode. Myth scene investigation.
It's quite clear you oriented the bullet pointing out the window.
Yeah.
And yet, the only dent that I see is in the back of the thing, which means that has to have been made by the casing.
And there's a casing right below that.
Yeah. The shell casing was much more dangerous, it seems, than the bullet, which bounced off of glass.
When a cartridge is cooked, as opposed to shot from a gun, the powder sends the lightweight shell casing flying and not the heavier bullet. So on the next test, they up the caliber to .44 and flip it, so the bullet faces the back of the oven. So what's on the menu, Monsieur Savage?
Now, you are waiting for the temperature to climb for my greatest creation, the 44 caliber souffle. 472 degrees. There it goes.
That's it.
The glass is still there. No breaking of the glass.
Yep, just like the .22, the shrapnel from the .44 round failed to pierce the oven. So let's go for broke with a .50 caliber monster.
Let's take a comparison here. Oh, there's the .44. Oh, wait, and there's the .22. If anything's going to cause significant damage to the oven, it's this guy.
And around 10 minutes later, it sounds like Adam's prediction is spot on.
That's That's the explosion I was looking for.
A look at the high speed reveals a more energetic detonation than the previous tests.
Oh, we have broken glass. We have broken glasia.
Broken but not breached. Only the inner layer of the double glazed oven door was shattered.
It was pretty violent, all right, but it's still inside the oven, so.
Even the 50 cal wasn't enough to get out of this oven. Probably scare the hell out of you. It's not gonna kill you. I'm really pleased with these tests. I think we've definitively proven that an oven at normal temperatures can get plenty hot enough to make bullets explode. I think we've also proven that those bullets aren't very dangerous to you as long as your oven door is closed. None of the bullets we blew up at these temperatures made it out of the oven door. What I'd like to know now is, if I chambered a bullet inside a pistol and put it in the oven, would it explode in any way that would be dangerous?
Going back to the myth, our guy not only stored his ammo in the oven, he left his guns in there too. So this test is the absolute worst case scenario. A loaded .44 caliber revolver facing the door.
Hot bullets! Get your hot bullets here!
I think that went off.
I think you're right.
And I think I heard glass shattering.
The evidence paints a deadly picture. The bullet left the barrel at a lethal velocity, shattering the toughened glass before penetrating the wooden backstop.
It's a perfect result for us because the ammunition in every way that we tested is totally busted. None of it ever got out of the oven with any force that could be construed as dangerous. However, the moment you put one of those pieces of ammunition into a weapon, it becomes really deadly.
You might wonder why a bullet is not as dangerous if it's just set off outside a gun as it is when it's shot out of a gun. The reason is very simple. When it's outside of a gun, it just kind of goes off like a firecracker in all directions. When it's inside a gun, all that energy is just pushed right behind the bullet. It's very directional. That's what makes the bullet lethal. That, my friend, is a kill.
Yeah, putting a pistol or gun loaded in your oven is a very, very easy way to get yourself shot.
Yeah, not just shot and killed.
A loaded gun in an oven could kill you. Myth confirmed, I'd say.
Confirmed.
Jamie and Adam have confirmed that a loaded gun in your oven is a recipe for disaster.
That, my friend, is a kill.
But the guys are still fanning the flames of this myth. They want to test bullets on an innocent old campfire.
We've seen what happens when we put hot bullets into an oven, but I'd like to know what happens to them when they're unrestrained. And we have plenty of reports of people throwing bullets into a campfire. So I think that's what we should do next.
Sure.
So it's hot bullets, take two. And this time there won't be an oven door in sight. Adam and Jamie are testing a campfire prank that could go horribly wrong.
We're putting things like bullets into a fire, and needless to say, it's kind of dangerous. So we're going to do this remotely, and I've come up with the idea that I might use this little remote control robot that I have. So I'm going to put some sort of a thing that I can tip or dump things into the fire with this safely from a distance.
Meanwhile, Adam's been building a ballistic teepee.
This is the system for detecting exactly how lethal bullets thrown in a campfire are. I'd love to use ballistics gelatin around the campfire, but because it's thermally reactive, it would melt. So I came up with this idea of wood and soundboard, and I'm going to place 12 of these around my metal framework, in the middle of which will be the campfire. This won't catch on fire, but as bullets are exploding in here, if they're lethal, we're going to see the marks they make in the face of these triangles.
It's time to hit the Alameda County Bomb Disposal Range, where the munitions expert is honorary Mythbuster J.D. Nelson. First up, there's a fire to be built, so our overgrown Boy Scouts swing into action.
I think that's about the fastest fire I've ever built. It's dry as a bone out here.
You know, it's making me hungry for lunch, that great wood smoke smell.
Cue head chef Heineman and the hobo dinner.
I am making what is known as the hobo dinner. This is something I've been making since I was a kid, and I thought this was a unique opportunity to show it off.
This is the best cooking show ever.
It all kind of simmers together. It's really quite surprisingly good for being so rudimentary.
Wow.
When I was riding the rails towards the end of the Great Depression, I learned several things from my hobo mentors. One was how to apply microscopic dichroic layers to glass using titanium distilled from white house paint, and the other was the hobo dinner.
That is bloody delicious.
After lunch, Jamie takes us through the test setup.
This whole setup's very simple. We're gonna have the robot back over near our blast chamber. Fire's going. We're gonna load the bullets into the dumper on the robot, send the robot in, dump the bullets into the fire, see what happens.
Sparky the robot takes his deadly cargo on board. It's a brass cocktail of 50, 44, and 22 caliber bullets.
The dangerous thing about this one is that bullets can kill people. What we're here to find out is whether they'll kill people outside of a gun and set off by a fire.
Let's go. This is Sparky!
With the fire roaring at over 1,000 degrees, Adam and Jamie are expecting an instant reaction.
Okay, anybody have issues? I'm going in.
Go for it.
Okay, going down.
Perfect. I could not have gone any better.
But the show ain't over yet. At a close encounter of the ballistic kind,
Everybody get close to the shield. I heard those suckers going whizzing by us.
reminds everyone of the difference between this and the oven test. There's no steel box slowing down the shrapnel.
Oh, that was one of the big ones.
That was fun.
Okay, now I'm worried that the fire coals could set fire to our upright, so I'm inclined to wait a few minutes but then head in with the hose.
Why don't we unhinge one of these blast chambers and walk out with it?
I feel like we can get close enough with this. The other thing is that... All right, let's walk with one of these ahead of us. I'm just keeping the panel between me and the fire the whole time.
It's clear there's a whole bunch of bullets that are just not fired.
Yeah.
They got ejected from the general mayhem there,
Yeah.
but didn't go off, which is actually an important part of the myth because you could throw a bunch in the fire and then think it was safe and go back in and then get nailed.
Right.
Oh, there's some hits.
The early conclusions from this forensic assessment indicate throwing bullets on a campfire could be lethal.
This right here is a 50 caliber bullet. Probably came out of a casing just like this. You see how much energy that is. It's a brass pipe bomb.
But a closer look reveals key details. Once again, it's the lightweight casing that becomes the projectile and not the bullet itself.
Check this out. This is the deepest pair of hits we took. This one matches the rear of the casing exactly, even the dimple.
Yeah.
That's the deepest one out of all those hundreds of bullets, and I don't think that would even still break your skin.
Yeah, I think personally you'd be pretty bloody, but you wouldn't be dead.
Now I look at our ballistics panels, which covered half of the area around that fire, and I only see 7 or 8 hits. So you double that for the area they didn't cover. 15, 16 serious hits out of 100 bullets. And in most of those cases, I was able to see that it was the casing that made the mark, not the bullets themselves. So I don't think bullets in a fire are actually lethal. I'm not saying that it's not going to cause you a world of pain. I mean, you don't need me to tell you not to hold on to a lit firecracker, do you? Oh! Well, you know me and Jamie, the fun can't end just there. There's been plenty of idiotic things that people have thrown into campfires, and we're going to try as many of them as we have time for.
Adam and Jamie are playing with fire. They toasted ammo and found out it's a dangerous but probably not lethal pastime.
That was fun.
But they ain't done yet. There are a host of news reports and claims by fans that campfire conflagrations with beer kegs and aerosols are lethal.
Exposure to temperatures above 120 degrees may cause bursting.
Right, here goes bug spray. Go for it.
Now, it's possible you may ignore the warnings on the can,
This is the kind of thing I do on the weekends.
or you think the elaborate safety precautions are just for show.
Let's give some deodorant to our robot and send him to the fire.
But really, don't try this at home,
There we go.
Perfect.
because seconds or minutes later, and you won't know which, this could happen.
Oh!
And where's the other one?
The other one's out front. Oh! Yeah! That was awesome!
Quite simply, it's the reason a Mythbuster gets out of bed in the morning.
Oh my God, that's like, it doesn't get me better than that. Oh, it's staying in frame. How cooperative. Oh, that's awesome.
That's wonderful.
Awesome and dangerous. And considering the warnings on the label, not surprising. But what about the myth? Would these fireballs be fatal?
Well, I don't necessarily think it's lethal. It definitely took a while to happen. So you might think, oh, well, I guess nothing's gonna happen, and come back over and hear, boom, all of a sudden your head's in a fireball and you're missing an eyebrow. And I know what that's like.
Am I missing an eyebrow?
Not pretty.
Spray cans aren't as immediately dangerous as bullets, perhaps, but they build up and they're actually potentially more lethal in the long run, especially if you're wearing flammable clothing.
Next up, I think, though, we're gonna go to the main big source fire instead of a small one here, because I got something really big to surprise Jamie with.
Bullets and paint cans aren't good enough for you, huh?
No, we have something else that people have thrown on a campfire.
What's that?
Beer keg.
It's a dangerous frat boy stunt, and the fan sites are abuzz with rumors that it could be lethal. And the Mythbusters are itching to find out.
Oh, geez, hold on. Dude, no one would throw a full keg onto a fire. It's just not gonna happen. Okay, here's what I'm envisioning. It's the end of the night. There's only like a quarter tank left. The beer's almost gone and it's warm.
And they're all sloppy drunk.
And that's when someone throws a keg on the fire.
Throw the keg on the fire.
We need to, we need to get rid of most of this beer.
They've crossed the line this time. I'm against this.
Jamie hasn't wasted this much beer since Prohibition.
Of course, Jamie wouldn't have poured beer away during the 20s. He was running a speakeasy. With the keg primed and ready to blow, Adam and Jamie turned their minds to safety.
The fire is really hot, and this is not an undangerous thing to do. But we have a couple of pieces of safety gear here. One, we've got the fire suit, which can protect us from the heat. And the other is, well, we're here with the Alameda County Sheriff's Bomb Squad, and we got their Bomb Squad van, and in the Bomb Squad van is a bomb suit.
Hail, people of Earth! I come in peace!
So what we're gonna do is Jamie's gonna put on one, I'm gonna put on the other.
Oh!
And suited up in the bomb suit and the fire suit, we're gonna go put that keg exactly where we want it.
This could be a huge explosion. There's an awful lot of energy contained in that fire, and that energy is going to be transferred to that beer keg.
Yeah!
We need to be careful with this.
Okay.
This could go off right now or an hour from now for all we know. But that fire is hot.
Yeah, which means it's gonna bring the stainless steel to its fatigue point, and it's gonna build up a tremendous amount of steam pressure inside from the gallon of beer we left.
Yeah.
So hopefully those two things will combine to make it go off within, I'm guessing 20, 25 minutes.
Which, as it turns out, is a pretty good guess. Because 20 minutes later,
Whoa!
Okay, everybody in close. Cave Shrapnel, come to sit down.
it's the patented Mythbuster Big Boom.
Yeah, it smelled like roasted grain.
That's pretty darn, that's an explosion.
That was energetic.
No shrapnel though,
No?
not that I can see.
A closer look confirms Adam's hypothesis. Because despite peeling like a metal banana, the keg is still in one piece.
As far as I'm concerned, if any single piece of this actually, I mean,
That almost made it off.
that almost made it off. Any piece of this, especially this center cap, which really almost made it off, comes off of this with the force that we heard, it's tearing right through you. That hits you in the head, you're dead. Hits you in the chest, you're dead.
That's nasty.
An opinion not tempered by the slow motion details.
Wow, look at that. Dude,
Talk about a beer shooter.
that is, oh, wow. I tell you, anything in front of that beer keg, a log, a rock, a stone, gonna become a lethal projectile.
That was like a cannon.
All right, let's recap this. Things to throw in a campfire. What is the case with bullets?
Bad idea. Minor injuries, probably not lethal.
Aerosol cans.
Also a bad idea. Also probably injuries. Also not lethal.
And beer keg.
Bad idea to waste beer.
Yeah.
Very dangerous. Possibly lethal.
I'd say a high probability of being lethal.
Yep.
And never a good idea to waste beer. So do you have the chocolate?
I thought you had it.
Oh, no.